I'm Big Cal, and welcome to my world. So we are nearing the end of 2023, and it's been a very fun year of gaming for me personally. There's been a lot of really fun Switch games coming out, a lot of them, yes, remasters and remakes, but they've been a blast and I've had fun, and the fact that the Switch is, 7 years old now, it's nearing the end of its time, the fact that we're still getting some big releases, whether or not they're remasters or remakes still, it's been fantastic. There's been a lot of fun games coming out, and not just from Nintendo, other companies as well, third parties on the system. Then of course I got a PS5 last month, and that's been that's just been fun as hell to play. I'm looking forward to buying more games for that and experiencing even more with it. My retro collection has grown considerably. As usual, I've had some incredible pickups this year. So it's been a good year. But let's look ahead now to 2024. And I've seen a few other YouTubers do this idea, so technically stealing it from them, but, basically, the 2024 wish list. What I want to see from gaming in 2024. So let's just get started with the first thing. Got my list here so I don't forget, because my brain don't remember things. Yeah, so obviously the first thing is the Switch sequel. The Switch 2, the Super Switch, the Nintendo U-Switch, whatever the hell they are going to call it. A new system from Nintendo. We at the very least need an announcement that this thing is coming. As great as the Switch is, I mean, I've just been, throwing praise on it for the game releases we have had this year. But it's getting old. And it's getting older as time goes on. Like I said, it's 7 years old now. Insane. We need a new system with more power so we can get more of the later game releases, and obviously developers and things can make newer and bigger and better games for the Nintendo system, whether exclusive or not. And Nintendo themselves can finally do more with games and experiment more and give us bigger and better games. So we need at least an announcement that it's coming out and maybe a release date. Hopefully, I would say towards the end of 2024, but it wouldn't surprise me if they announced it around the E3 time, at least what would be E3, to come out in early 2025, which would be fine, but I think it needs to come out in 2024. I'm just going to get this list up here. So, things I would like to see from the Switch 2, or whatever it is. Obviously, the first main thing is backwards compatibility. The Switch library is massive and incredible, and we need the ability to still be able to play these games on the next system. Nintendo have to include backwards compatibility this time. I think it needs to happen. Definitely. I would love to see a new 3D Mario as a launch title for it. Could it be Odyssey 2? Sure. But it's Nintendo. They're very likely going in a different direction and giving us a brand new theme and idea for 3D Mario. So whatever it's going to be, I would love for it to be a launch title. That would be amazing. More internal storage, obviously. That needs to be just a given at this point. Especially with digital games, really taking over, unfortunately. Physical media dying slightly. It's terrible. I despise it. Physical media needs to stay, needs to grow again, because what companies are doing with digital releases, like just recently, was it Disney, announced that, there's like thousands of TV shows and movies and things that people have bought and paid for on their PlayStation systems that are going to be removed. Not in the sense that you just can't buy these anymore, but if you have it on your system, you will not be able to watch it anymore. You've paid for this and they are taking it away from you. They are stealing it from you, and there's nothing we can do about it, which is bullshit. So I hate digital media. I despise it. It's just a terrible thing. We need physical, and we need, even physical media, we need bigger storage space for that because of updates and DLC and things like that. Not everything might fit on the disc or the cartridge or whatever. But unfortunately, things are going more digital, so we're going to need that space anyway. And obviously more power for the Switch 2, that's a given as well. It's not just going to be the same Switch specs. So, yeah. And lastly, I'm not going to go too much into the Switch 2 and everything I want to see coming out for it, but Mario Kart 9, I would love for them to announce that. Doesn't have to be a launch title, we'd be fine with the 3D Mario, maybe come out a few months later, sort of, okay, people have got the Switch, they played the Mario, what's the next big thing to push sales? Mario Kart 9. Yeah, so, Switch 2, something I definitely want to see at least announced in 2024, if not released. Moving on, then, I would love to see, and I got this idea as well from another YouTuber, Arlo, who he did a video like this, that's where I got the main idea from. Pokemon Legends sequel. Pokemon Legends was such a new, fresh idea for Pokemon games after they've been incredibly stagnant for a while. Even with Sword and Shield, being finally the first major mainline games on the console and 3D and things, other than the wild areas, things were pretty much kind of the same. But Legends Arceus, now we have these big, full open worlds. You could just throw Pokeballs at Pokemon in the wild. You didn't have to battle them if you didn't want. All these different things, and it was great for the new Pokemon lore, because you were in the past for the what was the Arceus games? Is it Gen 4? Gen 4, was it? I can't remember. But yeah, so anyway, I would love to see a sequel building upon that. Whether it's on the Switch 2 or just on the regular Switch. Whatever, if it's on the regular Switch, use pretty much the same engine, make some tweaks here and there so it plays a bit better, and of course, fix the bloody performance. For the love of God, fix the performance. Give the developers time to fix the performance. So yeah, that's what I want to see. But the main thing is I would like to see it, obviously, if the Legend series are all going back to the past and things, I would like to see it in Johto from Generation 2, and maybe centred around the burnt tower. Or there's actually two of them. One's been completely destroyed, the other one's, burnt or whatever. I believe... is one still going and one's burnt? Whatever, the bell and brass towers I've got written down here. I would like to see those in their heyday and, how they came to be destroyed with a certain legendary bird Pokemon apparently setting it on fire and things like that. So, yeah, I would love to see that come to fruition, a new Legends Arceus game, but set just in the past for a different generation. That could be really, really cool. Capcom. Dino, Crisis, Remake or Remaster. It is not that difficult. We've been asking for it for well over a decade. And what do? You just re-release Resident Evil 4 again and again and again. Yes, it was great when it first released, and it's still great now. But we have it like 12 times. Give it a fucking rest and give us what we actually want. Dino Crisis! Dino Crisis! Dino Crisis! Just use the engine that you've got now for all these modern remaster remakes or whatever, and just stick in some fucking dinosaurs! Dino Crisis! Okay, moving on. A new game I would love to see in one of my favourite series, Twisted Metal. We need a new Twisted Metal game. Yeah, and I think it would be perfect to release now because we have the TV show ongoing. The first season was fun as hell. I am surprised at how much I actually enjoyed it. It took a little bit to really get into what Twisted Metal is, and it kind of ended with like, okay, now we're ready for it to be real Twisted Metal. Everything was building up to it. So the second season was announced at the Game Awards, unfortunately, randomly. But yeah, a second season has been announced. It is coming. Based on how the first season ended, this is going to be incredible, and it's going to be proper Twisted Metal with just everybody clashing against each other, blowing everyone up. It could be very awesome. So what better way to capitalise on that than to release a new game in the series? whether or not it's actually based on the TV show or just a new Twisted Metal in general, doesn't matter as long as we get a new game and it looks and plays well. Because I loved the last Twisted Metal game on PS3. I thought it was fantastic and the best Twisted Metal game in years. Because with me, Twisted Metal, as much as I love it, I also hate it equally. I think there are 8 games. If you don't count Twisted Metal Black Online and then Head On, getting a definitive edition on the console rather than the PSP. There are basically 8 main games, and I love 4 of them and despise 4 of them. So yeah, love Twisted Metal 1, love Twisted Metal 2, love Twisted Metal Head On, be it on the PSP or the PS2, and love Twisted Metal on the PS3. Twisted Metal... forgot one. Twisted Metal Small Brawl. I love Small Brawl. Twisted Metal 3 and 4 are garbage. Twisted Metal Black I've never liked, which is a bit unfortunate because that's what most of the Twisted Metal series is based on. So that's 5 and 3. I think it's because Twisted Metal 1 is good, but I'm not that big a fan, so it could probably move over, so we got 4 and 4. But yeah, I like half, I hate half. So let's bring back a new one, bigger and better than ever before, and make it good. Yeah, can we make another good one, please? So that'd be awesome. That's what I want to see at some point in 2024, whether it's to tie in with the TV show or not. So, as you know, I got a PS5 this year in the Black Friday sales, and it's an awesome system, but I need more proper new games for it. See, the issue with the PlayStation 4 is when it comes to PlayStation 5, when it comes to actual exclusives that cannot be played anywhere else, there are 2 of them I want. Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Oh wait, no, that's not even an exclusive now because that's on PC already. Spider-Man 2 not quite on PC yet. But I can't play it on my PC because my PC isn't good enough, so technically I can't play it anywhere else. But yeah, everything else on the PlayStation 5, including the games that I own, you can get on the PlayStation 4. It's just that they will run and look better on the PlayStation 5. So what I want to see finally from Sony, I mean, the system's been out for 3 years. New, proper exclusive games. No more of this cross-gen crap anymore. We don't need it. The PlayStation 4 was great, but it's ran its course. The PS5 has been out for 3 years. We're going into its 4th year now. Stop releasing the games on the PlayStation 4 as well. Just make them for the PlayStation 5, so we don't have to bother with an older version of it. PlayStation 5 all the way, and let's start finally getting out, a lot of the IPs that we know and love from Sony on that system. And unfortunately, ignore the PlayStation 4. It's had its time, it's had its day, it's done. PlayStation 5 all the way now, please. Give me more of a reason to buy games for it, because as much as I love it, and I'm glad that I own it now, because it was very cheap when I bought it compared to what it costs now even, yeah, I still need to justify my purchase by getting more games for it. And I don't want to just buy games that, it's on the PlayStation 4, but I can also get it for the PlayStation 5, so I might as well just get it on the PlayStation 5. It's not as fun. I want some exclusives. So, come on Sony, do something. 2 more things now. The first, Dragon Quest. That's it, just Dragon Quest. Yeah, okay, so a couple of things within the Dragon Quest category. So, obviously, I want to see the Dragon Quest 3 remake, the HD 2D or 2D HD, I can never remember which way around it goes. For the love of Christ, release it in 2024, please. We haven't really heard anything about it in quite a while, other than it's going well. So yeah, it needs to come out this year, I think. I don't want to see an announcement saying, coming out 2025. No, this year, please. This year. It is a fantastic game. I had so much fun playing through 4 different versions of it for Dragon Quest Tober a couple of months ago, and I'm still hyped to play through it again, but with this new modern remake of it. Looks fantastic, sounds fantastic. When it finally releases, I reckon it's going to be incredible. So, yeah, needs to come out this year, please. And then, of course, we have Dragon Quest XII, the next big mainlined new release. We've seen a teaser for it when it was announced, so now I want to see more of the game. I'm not expecting it to come out in 2024. As much as I'd love it to, I don't expect it, but I do want a nice big trailer, an overview of what the game is and a bit of the story so we know what we're getting into. And then a release date. Give us a release date for it. Even if it's 2025, as long as I know that's when it's coming out, great. I want more information on it, including when it's coming out, please. And lastly, for the Dragon Quest stuff, Dragon Quest Builders 3. Again, just announce it. Just so I know it's coming. I need to know that this is going to happen, because Dragon Quest Builders 2 was epic. Epic! And I love that game so much. And we need a third one now, especially because, the Dragon Quest Builders games always, are based on the Dragon Quest games of the same name. So Builders 1 was based on the original Dragon Quest. Builders 2 was based on Dragon Quest 2 in terms of locations and a bit of the story. Obviously not exactly the same, they're in kind of different worlds, but yeah. So now with Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, whatever, hopefully coming out in 2024, announce Builders 3 alongside it. Even if it just doesn't come out in next year, if it comes out in 2025, whatever, as long as we know it's coming, and if it's based on Dragon Quest 3 and its story, it has potential to be huge. And just all the different improvements they can make, all the new additions they can add to it. I can only imagine the incredible stuff that they'll add to the game. So please announce it. Tell me you're making it. I need it. I need it. I need it. Okay, I'm calm. The Legend of Heroes Trails games! Okay, maybe I'm not calm. But the final thing is the Legend of Heroes Trails series. So, obviously, the next game in the series is coming out summer this year. At the very least, I would like them just to sort of give us a rough date of when the next games are going to come out localised in English. Japan have just announced the next one in the series, so I think that we're already 2 behind now, I think. So there's going to be a third one again, but one's coming out next year, so then we'll be 2 behind again. Just let us know when they're coming out, so hopefully we know we're not going to be waiting years and years for every single game to come out. Even if it's just the next year. So we've got summer 2024 with the next one. Trails into Daybreak, I think it is. So announce summer 2025, the next one. A year is a long time, but it could be longer. We have waited longer as Trails fans for games to come out. So yeah, let us know, please. And then one big thing I would love to see is the Trails in the Sky trilogy. Do something with it. Whether it's just porting the PC versions of the games to systems, fantastic. Or 3D remakes. Use the current engine that they're doing for the modern games. Everything's in 3D now. Give us those games in the new 3D style. It would take a lot of work, a lot of time, of course, but it would be incredible to see. And I would just be happy with the PC ports coming to Switch or PlayStation 4 and 5. That'd be great. I would happily buy them and play them again on the consoles, even though I own them on the PC. I just want them, especially the PS4. The PS4 here, we've got Trails to Azure from Zero. Right. Sorry. It's going to annoy me. They need to be in order. Yeah. From Zero to Azure. Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3, Cold Steel 4, into Reverie. So yeah, we have all of the games out so far in English, except the 3 Trails in the Sky games. So yeah, it looks odd. I want them all in one place. Right now the PC is the only place that you can play them all on one system. If you want to play them any other way on consoles, you have to dig into PSP releases. Some physical, some digital. Japan, I think, got Trails in the Sky trilogy on the PS3, maybe. but obviously never been localised, so we don't have those, and it's just a big pain if you want to play all the games in one go. Yeah, so please do that. And yeah, that just about finishes up the video, I think. So, just to summarise, 2024, my gaming wishlist, the new Switch, with hopefully 3D Mario as a launch title, Mario Kart 9 announced. Pokemon Legends sequel set in Johto, based around the Burnt Tower and how it became the Burnt Tower. Dino Crisis remake, remaster, anything. New Twisted Metal. PlayStation 5 Exclusives. Not also available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 Exclusives, using Sony IPs that we know and love. Dragon Quest. Give us the Dragon Quest 3 2D HD 2D remake remaster this year, please. Give us some more information on Dragon Quest 12, and for the love of God, announce Dragon Quest Builders 3. And then lastly, the Legend of Heroes Trail series, port over the Trails in the Sky games, or do it in 3D remakes, and give us an update on when we can expect the next games in the series to be localised into English. Whew. So that does it. I'm bigcal. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my wish list for gaming in 2024, and let me know what you're hoping for in 2024, and I'll see you again next time.